Good afternoon, and welcome to the reflection from Salisbury Cathedral. My name is Canon Nigel Davis, and I'm the Vicar of the Close. I'm glad you can join me either live or at some later date. Life is about making choices. It is something that we all have to do. Some choices are either easier than others, and some people enjoy making choices. Some choices will take a lot of thought and reflection, but others we make in an instant. Some choices we regret, and others remain a source of happiness for the whole of our lives. In the developed world, the amount of choices we can make has grown exponentially. There is so much stuff to choose from, so many things to choose between. We have almost come to believe that choosing is an unalienable right, and we are put out when the choices we can make are limited. We might even be heard to say that it's not fair, a throwback to childhood when our parents limited our choices. Much of our choosing is harmless, but increasingly we have come to realize that the choices we make can have an impact on others and the planet we inhabit. We choose to have a holiday in another country, and so we have to fly there, and flying has its impact on the environment. We like to eat a variety of things and choose from a wide range of items and produce in the supermarket, which means that these have to be brought in from other parts of the world, as the packaging reveals. This provides employment for people in the producing countries, but it can have a negative effect as fertile land that would be used to grow crops for food is given over to cash crops for the developed world, leading to a food shortage in the producing country. Worse still is the destruction of the rainforests so that cash crops can be grown, having an adverse effect on both indigenous inhabitants and wildlife. People enjoy shopping in this country and many other places in the developed world. It is great to be offered not only a large range of products to choose from, but also at a cheap price. Two examples come to mind. We've grown used to buying clothes almost weekly, choosing from a vast range of designs and colours, but at bargain prices. And of course, bargain prices means that the workers who produce them are often paid poorly and work in appalling conditions. Our desire to choose impacts on others. Closer to home, the price we choose to pay for milk and other produce affects our farmers as supermarkets, keen for us to choose their store for our weekly shop, negotiate prices with the farmer, which hardly reflects the cost of production. Our choice impacts upon the farmer's livelihood, and indeed, many have left farming because we have chosen not to pay the true cost of production. Choosing, as I indicated earlier, not without consequences. This has been particularly evident during the pandemic. Choosing to ignore government scientific advice can have serious consequences, indeed, life-threatening consequences, as we have seen. It is also the case that the government has reduced the amount of choices we can make to help combat the spread of the virus, and they are experiencing resistance. The weeks drag on. Some people are growing tired of the lack of choice, that their freedom to choose has been removed. They don't want to be told what to do, even if this will help the weak, vulnerable, and less fortunate. And of course, it doesn't help if those who should know better ignore what they are being told. In St. Paul's first letter to the church in Corinth, he writes, "Some of you say we can do whatever we want to do, but I tell you that not everything may be good or helpful. We should think about others and not about ourselves." Paul identifies the dilemma that choices have consequences. They are not neutral, something Charles Kingsley knew about when he was writing The Water Babies, and introduced two characters, Mrs. Do as you would be done by, and Mrs. Be done by as you did. I am sure that we will prefer the former's approach to life. For at our best, we want to make the choices and behave in ways that are helpful and beneficial because we want others to reciprocate. The latter character is altogether harsher and consequences more severe. We get what we deserve. Having our lives circumscribed as they have been, and as they may continue to be, is a test for all those who have been used to doing as they please. How long people are prepared to have choices taken from them by the government because of the pandemic is unknown. How much do we value others when our personal freedom is reduced is also unknown. Speculation in the media seems to indicate that people are already growing tired of modifying their behaviour to help others. The government has taken over the role of choosing for us at present. How long this will go on, no one knows. But writing on the BBC website in a piece entitled Last Throw of the Dice Before the Really Tough Call, Nick Triggle, their health correspondent, wrote, "In the end, it will come down to how far the government is prepared to go to contain the virus, how much economic pain and disruption and damage to society and the wider health and well-being of individuals is worth the lives at risk." Or, to put it another way, is the common good outweighed by individual worth? The answer to that question will become clearer in the weeks and months to come. Thanks for watching and listening this reflection from Salisbury Cathedral.